I can't do a detective story without thanking Magda Williams for being such a good sport for the last one and all that, and everything that goes with it. And cheers to Femme Fatale. There you go. Yeah.
The case of the alto player who lost track of one. My name is Karl Karma. I'm a musical private eye. All the dirty jobs in town, well, they're the ones I get called for. You know the ones, trying to track down soul in a sea of Ingwie Malmsteen licks. The phone call told me to get to the Brunswick Street Fitzroy pad in a hurry. I got there as fast as my Bop Volkswagen would let me. There he was, with a dented alto saxophone laying beside him. The alto player lay on the floor. The dent on his head matched the dent on his horn. His fingers were curled. On closer inspection, he was about to play an A sharp, but someone grabbed a B and flattened him with it. The cop handed me something. "What is it?" he asked. "It's a metronome with a flat battery." I looked at it closely. I felt the back of it. It was still warm. It had been used recently, but by whom? I looked at the dial. It read 208, a clue. Someone was trying to play bird, but in this town, people can only manage an out-of-tune parrot. New trim lamb might be the jazz flavour of the month, but someone didn't like this guy's chops. What was the alto player's name? The cop found his wallet. He emptied the contents on the coffee table. On the purple and orange table fell an out-of-date musician's union card dating back to the good old days of when the pentatonic scale had a blue note and the Phrygian mode was the treatment you got when you asked the missus for a root. Ornette Coltrane. The name sounded familiar. Yes, there was a band that played at Benoit's Gutter last week. That's right, I remember, the Harmonics. He must have played the gig. It all started to add up. Now I knew who to pay a friendly visit to. As my Bop Volkswagen fired into life with its two working cylinders coughing into action, I thought of my entanglement with a strange jazz songstress by the name of Sasha Dispel. She broke my heart once, leaving a Dear Miles letter saying she was scaling new heights with George Russell, the man with the golden horn. And Sasha Dispel was like one of those fruit drinks you buy. You know the ones, bitch juice, only her brand had 25% more bitch. I never knew why she left me a D. Miles letter. My name isn't Miles. There was a light on. Sasha Dispel was in, so I gave her a bell a ring. I heard the telephone, so I got off her so she could answer it. Yes, she hissed through the holes in the phone. "Oh, it's you. I told you never to ring me here. I have company. Bad company." "No, not the band. It's my ex. He's working on a case right now and you're interrupting." "Yes, I know Ornette Coltrane is dead. Karma just told me. If he had only stuck to the pentatonics, he may be alive right now." I know. I wish I could have heard the other side of the conversation. It sounded like everybody was in on the deal except me. But why Ornette Coltrane? Okay, sure. Benoit's Gutter in 1 hour. Right. Sasha Dispel hung up the phone. She sidled up next to me and whispered, "We have to meet someone, but first." She smiled coyly as she took my glasses off with her knees. Jacques Benoit gave a curious look as he sat down next to us at a small table next to the cappuccino machine. The band was in the midst of a pseudo-intellectual mind-numbing improvisation of Herculean proportions called The Eclipse of the Anal Retentive. As they came to a grandiose conclusion, the lead guitarist went up to the microphone and said, "For some reason that song always haunts me." A plainclothes jazz policeman yelled back, "It should, you just killed it." Jacques Benoit, looking on, turned his head and said to me, "Ornette Coltrane, Sure, I knew him. He was here last week. He was halfway through Freedom Jazz Dance, then suddenly stopped and left when he saw a shadow giving him the side eye. Put a name to the shadow, Benoit. As Jacques Benoit leaned over to whisper, his eyes rolled heavenward. Blood seeped through his white suit, and as he lurched forward, he grabbed me by the lapel of my gaudy restaurant Musos jazz dinner jacket and said, "Quick! Ring the city morgue and tell him I'm coming." I grabbed Benoit. The name of the shadow, Benoit. The name. No one. No one. No one. No one. Jacques Benoit's head hit the table with the same bounce as a lead guitarist's checkbook. He was as dead as a Van Halen guitar lick. With Benoit's last breath, he gave me the biggest clue. The jazz police no longer haunted his little backstreet gutter. They were after a new venue and a new music. All the pieces fitted together now. Ornette Coltrane found out and paid the ultimate price. I also knew that I might be the next on the jazz police hit list. I had to move now, and move I did. The stairway up to Club de Grevillea was dark and exposed. At the top was Tony Alphabet, club bouncer and part-time bass player. He was ready to rumble. He wanted some action. Like a true professional, Sacha Dispel went first. "Hi, big boy, our name's on the door." As Alphabet was distracted by Sacha Dispel's warm smile and huge tits, I made my move. I played a quick reverse paradiddle on his testicles. That did the trick, I proudly thought to myself. We moved quickly. We skulked into the club in the disguise of two networking studio musos sucking up to booking agents. We fitted right in. The murmur of the crowd was louder than the music. Business cards flapped and wafted in the breeze like irony falling from a Leonard Cohen songbook. Oh yeah, that CD was great, and yeah, this one was great too, and yeah, terrific, oh yeah, they're playing great, yeah, oh yeah, so cool. Sacha Dispel was working the room like a keyboard player working a borrowed Korg. Just what I needed to sneak backstage. Pushed past the guitar player section. They didn't spot me. They were too busy agreeing with Sacha, saying that reading music means you lose your soul. I quietly sidled past the drummers. "Paradiddle, man! A reverse paradiddle, man!" I told you, man. Rudder McHugh, my arse! I made it to the door backstage. I sneaked in and hid behind the black curtain next to the toilet. I heard a voice. "Jazz is dead. We need some new shit, man. We need bands that use all the same licks, and we need them now. We need dudes to play with the same guitar sound, and the same strings, and the same drum skins, and the same drumsticks, and the same amps, and the same pedals, and the same keyboards, and the same mics, and the same software. Our share of the market has to be 100%. To do this, we need the same music. We only push the same music. I want music without a one. That way everyone gets confused. Divide and conquer, man. Divide and conquer. No one. That way, no one knows when the music starts and when the music stops. It just keeps going around in circles. Get it? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Without one, nobody can start without our say-so because we own one. So that was it. The jazz police in a new suit. The new national distributor of one. The first beat. The beat everything bounces off. If they get control of one, they get control of everything. Ornette Coltrane stumbled onto their plan. He had a new music, free, not needing a one. The jazz boys in blue found out about it and rubbed him out. Everyone else left to reinvent the same shit, but with a different smell. Some kind of retrograde fusion of former glories bopping around to a beat that was supplicated sycophantically by mealy-mouthed reed pushers and string benders hell-bent on rediscovering the lost secret chord progression that went to the grave with Hendrix and Charlie Parker. The jazz police were close and they knew it. All they needed was control of one, and metronomes all locked into the same monotonous click. A unchanging, forever beeping into musicians' ears, demanding the same beat, the same pulse, and man, if you land on one, you have to pay. I had to act now. No time left. I knew he was in the audience, up against the pillar next to the bar. I spotted him and he spotted me, so I pressed the button on my Bebop mobile. Within seconds, he burst through the stage door. My old buddy, Cecil Braxton. Cecil Taylor and Anthony Braxton's love child. Together, we held up a poster of Keith Jarrett kissing Jack Dillion. Then another of Ian Anderson cuddling Frank Zappa. We sang King Crimson songs as loudly as we could. The mastermind, Deputy Rance Muhammad of I Can't Believe It's Not an Arts Grant, Incorporated, turned in horror as he saw his plan unravel before his eyes. Hearing all of this free-form confusion, musicians in the next room slowly regained consciousness, rekindling the spark of their lost souls and watered-down pentatonic ideas. The jig was up. Rance Muhammad dived through the secret back door and found his way to the Commodore out the back. Everyone followed, chasing him like a bad outtake from a Benny Hill show. Sasha Dispel came rushing through the door with a muso hanging off of each nipple. "Did you get him? Did you get him?" she asked frantically. "No, sweet cakes, we didn't get him, but the musicians will. They'll never stop chasing. They'll track him down and demand a discount and an endorsement. His life will be hell. He's forgotten what music is all about, baby. It comes from the soul, babe, not from the wallet, the soul." Sasha Dispel smiled, then her look turned serious. She bared her teeth, bit my ear and whispered, "Kiss me, Karma." So I kissed her when I was calmer. She had a tongue that could curl around a tonsil as fast as a Dizzy Gillespie lick in Tunisia. She wanted to play safe. I told her to put a sticker on her liquor. The end.
I do love them songs. God help me. Oh, those. Anyway, forgive me. Oh, dear. Anyway, that was my show. Okay. I don't know how much of that's going to end up on Channel 31 next Wednesday at 10 p.m. after kiddies have gone to bed. I did promise last week I was going to make it G. But anyway, what it is it's Friday. I hope you enjoyed that. That's got to be something like 22 years old, that story. I've spiffed it up a little bit, but there you go. All right, there you go. All right. I promise I won't do any more. Maybe 5 more? I don't know.